just for fun, I decided to create a little bit of a wish list, my little wish list of things I would like to see happen in 2026. It's a bit of wishful thinking. The first one I want to talk in, it's one that I have addressed in a number of conferences where I've been, and I think I would like to see the farmers be put in a more central role, especially when it comes to the future of food and agriculture. I'm always very surprised at a whole bunch of conferences on those topics. There is no farmer doing any presentation. In many cases there is not even any farmer in the audience either. They have not been invited, and I don't understand that. And especially if we talk about farming, I think the farmers are really the one who needs to be involved. For instance, yeah, especially when it comes to innovation and especially tech, well, yeah, there are quite a few conferences where you have basically a lineup of people trying to sell their startups and trying to find customers or people who are interested in their innovations. But I would prefer to see the opposite. Instead of having people bringing solutions without knowing if those solutions really answer the needs of farmers, I would like to have conference basically where you have only farmers coming, speaking to an audience of people who develop solutions, are looking for new ways of farming and innovative ways of farming. And basically those should be in the audience just listening to the farmers, and the farmers should tell them what they expect, what their problems are, what the kind of solutions they would like to see coming, what is in the market today, what are the strengths and the weaknesses of the solutions that are offered to them at the moment, and also what basically they would want those developers to work on, so that they have really a tailor-made set of solutions that can really answer the farmers' concerns. So that's really one thing. Second thing that I would like to see in terms of wish list, it's in terms of communication. Well, if you have followed my website, if you have been on on previous videos, then you've seen I'm always a little bit critical of the way we communicate, because I don't think we're doing a good job. And one of the things that frustrates me, it's always coming down to the technical. It's not really listening to the concerns of consumers. It's more reacting to, well, some groups that scream murder all the time, but usually it's, well, at least very exaggerated, and it doesn't offer any solution. No, what I would like to see is, instead of having all the people with the nice diplomas and all the technical background, is to try to find consumers that are objective, that would want to also visit farms and would also communicate to other farmers. Consumer organizations that could do a job like that, and basically go see by themselves and communicate with the rest. I think that would create a better connection by bringing basically consumers and consumers, instead of having this kind of opposition, which in my opinion has no reason to be, because we're all part of the same system. This opposition between producers and consumers. I think if we want to really have a successful future, we need to work together. So I think it's really important to also involve the consumers in the communication, and involve the consumers in also that way they're going to visit, if they visit farm, they're going to understand better what farming is today. They're going to realize that farming has evolved dramatically over the last, 20, 10, even 5 years. So they're probably going to find things that they don't expect, that they don't know, and I think they would be very good advocates to explain that to their fellow consumers. So that's really something that I would like to see happen. On my wish list, what I would like to see, it has a bit to do also with communication in a way. I really would like we stop using all those buzzwords all the time, trying to make it sound like everything is perfect. It's not. I'll just give you an example, one that kind of doesn't work with me. It's all the discussion about regenerative agriculture. And understand me well, I am in favor of regenerative agriculture, but I'm very frustrated to see the number of people, well, first, who all of a sudden have become experts in regenerative agriculture. It's quite impressive in something like 2 or 3 years. And most of the time when they are asked what is regenerative agriculture, then the answer is very vague, if there is any, and it's usually like, oh yeah, but it covers so many different situations that you can't give a definition. I'm sorry, I made a video in the past where I was addressing regenerative agriculture. I gave also my definition. To me, it's very simple. Regenerating means that there was something, it has been depleted or even it has disappeared, and you work on bringing it back. That's what regenerative agriculture is. And from there, basically, you can develop your systems. Because agriculture is not one fit all system. There are many different types of agriculture, and you can put regenerative techniques in all sorts of systems, but you can define it, you can explain what you're doing, and if you don't do that, then it makes me suspicious. So I really would want a lot less buzzwords. There's too many generic terms floating around, even ultra-processed foods. Well, you know, you ask 10 different people, you're probably going to get 10 different definitions of ultra-processed, and sometimes for one person something is ultra-processed, for another no, it's not. We have to be more specific when we use terms, and I really would like to see that. I really would hear more specifics than just, you know, generic buzzwords. And another thing that I've seen, especially with the role of investors, be it publicly traded companies or being venture capitalists. And I can see that also, let's say, as a consumer myself, and it's not just food agriculture, but I see that, you know, if you fly once in a while, you know what I mean. If you have a deal with a telecommunication company, I'm sure you also understand exactly what I mean. It's time that businesses focus again and make the consumers the most, and the customers, the most important person in the world. Really, it has to go back to consumer or customer first, instead of shareholder first, which is kind of what it has become over the last few years. And you really have the feeling that all that matters is try to boost the return on the investment, or try to boost the share price, and that customers are basically taken for granted and frankly treated in a very poor manner. If you have any issues, it's quite dry to get a little bit of a refund or money back. There is less and less empathy towards the customers, and I think that's something that really needs to change. So that's another wish of mine.